This is the version that we deserve and we should have gotten from the start. Zack Snyder's Justice League. And I saw it. It's now out in HBO Max, HBO Go, and it's streaming worldwide in its affiliate channels. Hi guys, what's up? Timzster here, and I'm going to be discussing and reviewing Zack Snyder's Justice League, giving my thoughts about it. This 4 hour long epic superhero movie film, which is basically a redo of the 2017 Justice League movie that was not completed the way that it should have been. It was co-directed by Josh Whedon, and there were studio interferences by Warner Brothers, which caused it to be nerfed. So basically, this version, forget this version. Watch this version. That's the only version you need to see. If you enjoyed Snyder's approach to movies with the beginning of the DC Extended Universe with Man of Steel, and of course, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, this is the follow up that you need to see. And it's already streaming in HBO Max, HBO Go, and all of those affiliated channels online. It started a couple of hours ago, March 18, and the world has seen it. I've seen it, and I've enjoyed it. As a big Batman fan, a Batfleck fan, it does the character justice, and the rest of the league for that matter. We get better interpretations of Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, The Flash, and most especially Cyborg. All played by fantastic actors. Ben Affleck, of course, reprises his role as Batman, Henry Cavill as Superman, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, Jason Momoa as Aquaman, Ezra Miller as The Flash, and Ray Fisher as Cyborg. Now, before you dive into the Snyder Cut, it doesn't need to be said, or it goes without saying that you have to be familiar with the DC Extended Universe and all of its movies, especially the first Man of Steel. This is the first chapter of Snyder's trilogy, as it were, right now, because this makes up a trilogy. Then we have Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, where the Man of Steel and the Bat of Gotham fight the Dark Knight. And we're introduced to Wonder Woman also as well. I would recommend the Ultimate Edition. You gotta watch this first, because everything that happens in this version, as it starts and all the way toward its ending, that's how Zack Snyder's Justice League begins. And it's split into 6 long chapters, and there's even an epilogue. So plan your bathroom breaks, and that 4 hour epic will be absolutely worth it. For me, going to the start of this film, it's tonally different than what we saw in the 2017 version. And, well, that 2017 version, well, you can forget about that. Like I said, forget about that. Watch this with an open mind, clean slate, and you get this. Everything that should have happened. It's darker. It's more serious. There are no jokes. There's no everybody knows opening song and then wisecracks or Batman being useless or a light-hearted tone, which they tried to emulate the Marvel Cinematic Universe in that way, and it just didn't work. I mean, Josh Whedon, of course, we know, directed the Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron, and those were very different films. And what he did for to step in and complete Zack Snyder's work after he suffered a family tragedy, his daughter Autumn passed away, so he had to step away from production. But even though that happened, before that, Warner Brothers was looming over and changing a lot of aspects about the film because they weren't really satisfied with the reception towards Batman v Superman. It was very divisive, Batman v Superman and Man of Steel in general. So they wanted to go for the quote unquote Marvel approach. So what we got, as I put it in my IG post and Facebook post, we got a processed fast food version of Justice League. And now that Zack Snyder was able to do this Snyder Cut thanks to the fan cries and the attention of Release the Snyder Cut, movement happened a few years ago, we got this version already. It's absolutely worth it, and it definitely gave me hope that hopefully we can see more of Zack Snyder's vision. I mean, of course, not everybody's a fan. Me being a comic book fan, you have to have suspension of belief, and these are not the versions. These are not the comic versions that we love reading about in DC Comics. I mean, the Batman played by Ben Affleck, totally different. Takes inspiration from The Dark Knight Returns, but motivation and interpretation wise, it's Snyder's version. Much like Superman. I mean, when you watch Man of Steel, many people are still fans of Christopher Reeve's version. So Henry Cavill's version is okay, but it's very dark. So Snyder's universe is very dark. But it's great to see it in action visually. I mean, it's a popcorn flick, so just enjoy it for what it is. This time, for the Snyder Cut, we get restoration. Steppenwolf is no generic CGI villain anymore. I mean, he's still a grunt here, but we get to see the main villain, the big baddie himself, who's after the anti-life equation. That's Darkseid, the Lord of Apocalypse, the evil new god. So Snyder's vision was restored. And as I said, it's vision, interpretation, uh, redemption, and execution. Those four words. It just symbolizes this cut that should have been done in the first place. And they were initially planning to split the movie into 2 2-hour features. Since this is a 4-hour feature, it's pretty long. Again, bathroom breaks are a must, or if you need to pause if you're doing something uh, in the daytime and you can't watch straight, that's okay. We're in this time of quarantine and we have to stay home. So this is a great present from a gift from Zack Snyder to release this vision after many clamored for release the Snyder Cut. Now, for the bad stuff, I guess it's too long. I mean, a lot of things could have been trimmed down, and some aspects of it will not connect anymore with other future films that came after the 2017 cut, like Aquaman with Jason Momoa and company. The interpretations here of Volko and Mera, as played by Willem Dafoe and Amber Heard, are tonally different than the one we see in James Wan's Aquaman, which was released in December of 2018, which I love that film. It was lighthearted, but in Snyder's world, it's more dark and more serious. And we get to see more narrative and exposition in this film. So they don't just shortcut it. There's a lot of angles to explore, including Cyborg, who, again, as I said, this movie nerfed a lot of stuff. Here, he and his father, Silas Stone, get more screen time, and they play an important part in this movie. Ezra Miller's Flash, we are introduced to Iris West. So you see her in this film. Actually, you also see it in the trailer. And yes, I said more Darkseid, and then more Bruce and Diana, Bruce Wayne and Diana Prince parts. So before they form the team, they have conversations. And another special guest, another surprise character, which you may have read about online and who may have been revealed already by press material, but I won't mention it. But he's a fan favorite leaguer, a fan favorite DC Comics character. Overall, the Snyder Cut, totally worth it. 4 hours of epic. Think of it like the Godfather films. Think of it like the Lord of the Rings films. That was the intention anyway of Zack Snyder and Deborah Snyder. And they dedicated this film to their daughter, Autumn. Rest in peace. And yeah, 4 hours of pure DC Extended Universe madness. So please support the Snyder Cut. Watch it via HBO Max, HBO Go, wherever you are in the world, those channels. And hopefully, well, we might still see some surprises. Oh, yeah. This is not a secret anymore. Jared Leto's Joker makes an appearance in this film. Jared Leto shot additional footage for Zack Snyder's Justice League, and we saw it in the trailer. So expect that in this film, as he talks with Ben Affleck's Batman for the very first time. Yes, there was Suicide Squad, but they didn't really interact. That was just a chase, and that's it. So, Snyder's vision, that is the true version, and I can't wait to get it in home video. And maybe the McFarlane toys. I mean, Todd McFarlane, belated happy birthday, Todd, just announced that they're coming out in June, and his action figures have been very popular. So I am definitely getting Darkseid. I'm looking forward to that, and maybe Ben Affleck's Batman. So watch Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's in HBO Max, HBO Go, and in streaming services. And yeah, that's gonna be a long time before I rewatch it. It's just too long. Maybe with family. Maybe I'll talk about it with friends. But don't spoil the Snyder Cut. Let others enjoy, then privately have discussions if all of you watched it. It's great. It's an epic. And if you enjoy superhero films, this is different from the MCU's. This is a DCEU film, so enjoy it for what it is. Thank you, Zack Snyder.